So today we are going over our family budget using our real numbers, like seriously, real numbers. I document everything we spend, every single cent. It doesn't get any more real than that. And we break it down and we get super specific. So here in the Valencia household, we budget with both EveryDollar and YNAB because this year we're comparing and contrasting the two. And for this budget, I'm going to be using EveryDollar, but I guarantee you I'll be talking a little bit about YNAB in there because there's some pretty awesome stuff going on in YNAB. And then maybe next budget, I'll do the next budget in YNAB. And maybe I'll go back and forth. I don't know, haven't decided. Hey guys, it's Wendy Valencia. My husband Mauricio and I have been on a debt-free journey for the last 3 years. We have paid off well over $200,000 in debt, and I'll be doing a video soon updating the exact totals. And we are currently pausing our debt snowball to accomplish some other financial goals that we need to deal with, which I've talked about in a previous video that I will link down in the description box. Thank goodness March is over because things were bad in the beginning and they continue to get worse and worse and worse. You know that video I talked about all those unexpected things that kept coming up one after another? It actually got way worse. So make sure you stay all the way to the end of the video and I will talk about what I got slapped with literally like as I was putting all of my notes for this video together. Yeah, it was not good. So let's jump into our budget. So this month, our income was $18,871. And every single cent of that got spent or put away or paid off debt, or you'll see, we spent a lot of money this month. The first item on our budget is our storage unit, which everybody knows that we have a storage unit because this is my parents' house and we are living with my parents temporarily, and we are totally taking advantage of that to pay off debt as quickly as possible. In the utilities category, we have our cell phone at $170.70, and we did not pay Skype this month. In the food category, we had $77.38 spent on groceries, $80 spent on school bucks, $85.46 spent eating out, and $398.20 spent on Home Chef. So this is one of the areas that I really love about YNAB is you're allowed to make broad categories and drop multiple transactions into it. So you can actually see the total. And I was like, why can't I do that in EveryDollar? Well, hey, guess what? You can. And that is the direction I'm going to be heading probably for the rest of the time, because I really like being able to say, I spent $85. So what happens is for like the groceries, you see I spent $77. Well, if you click on that $77, it actually opens up and it shows you the 5 transactions that we made at the various grocery stores. So it actually is pretty awesome. And I guess I really never considered doing it this way before, and it really works out. Home Chef, having a meal delivery service that I can cook myself is saving me so much time. And my grocery bills are about this much anyway. I mean, we're talking like $500. So, and that's what they were before. So we have these meals that I can prepare, or my father can prepare, or even Mauricio can prepare. Melina has helped me prepare them. They're super easy to prepare, and the food is whole and nutritious and all natural, and I love it. I mean, truly love it. And then for the nights that we don't have the meal delivery service, we make, you know, like our tried and true, like tacos or maybe spaghetti, something like that, something that we've made that everybody likes. Lasagna, that's a big one at my house. In the transportation category, we have gas at $203.24. What? Yeah, I budgeted in 100. We spent 200 on gas. Never again. I'm upping the gas budget to probably $250, and hopefully we'll be way under that. I do not like being over in gas, period. We just did a lot of driving this month. We spent nothing on the Easy Pass, $31.78 on new windshield wipers. Why? Because I'm not the brightest. So my husband, when it snows, he leaves the wipers up and they're vertical for a reason. Well, the other morning it snowed and it didn't snow much, so nobody went out and lifted the wipers. And I decided to use the antifreeze stuff, the wiper fluid, to brush off the window. And the blades were stuck to the windshield. And so they ripped off. So Mauricio yelled at me for like 5 minutes, and then we had to go buy new blades. So that happened. And then in our expedition has been starting to have some weird problems. It is 15 years old, 14 years old. It's old. And we don't want to buy a new car right now, but it's started dying more and more frequently, and it drained the battery. So we had to buy a new battery, and that was $150. But I did get a discount for that, and it was through a rebate. So the rebate actually is coming, so it'll be in my income next month, and I think it was like $22 or $23. And then the surprise tax payment, which I talked about in that other video, which I will link at the end of this video. So if you didn't check that video out, you can go watch that. That was a car tax thing, not our taxes for 2018. In the insurance and tax category, we have $150 for car and renters insurance, $291.50 for USAA life insurance, because I had to catch up from when the government was shut down, $12 for CMFG life insurance, and $35.83 for Mauricio's life insurance, and $534 to pay our CPA to do our 2018 taxes. In the health category, the category that is destroying me financially, we have $22.50 for medication for Mauricio, $36.01 for medication for Melina, $71.96 for Melina's, what is Specialist 3? I put Specialist 3 in there so y'all don't know where we go to the doctor. Obviously, I don't want y'all to know that, but Specialist 3 is the pulmonologist. No, the allergist. So we owed $71.96 for her allergy testing that she had recently. The surgery is not happening this month. It is scheduled for next month, so that will reappear next month. $27.60 for Mauricio's dentist appointment. $21.84 for a pedometer for me, one of the cheap ones that I bought on Amazon, because I had one that was clipping and the clip wasn't working and it kept popping off my pants. So I bought a wrist one. $8.58 because I had a wicked headache and I was at a training and I didn't have any of my Tylenol with me, and they had a store in the place I was having my training, and so I bought a box of Tylenol for $8.51, a highway robbery. But you know, when you're in an area away from everything else, you do what you have to. And then $25.50 for a pediatrics appointment for Melina. In our savings category, now this is not true savings, these are all sinking funds. For the most part, they will be spent very soon. Some of them are longer term sinking funds, more like close to almost emergency funds, but they are very specific. So in our sinking funds, we have $1,000 for our trip to Colombia. And although it says April, we're actually going in August now. I need to change that. $200 for summer camp, $150 for medical, $100 for car repair replace, $300 for Christmas, $100 for the emergency trip to Colombia should something happen and Mauricio has to go to Colombia at the last minute, and $50 for Melina's miscellaneous school expenses, because at the beginning of the school year, it's like a money hemorrhage with all of the expenses. So at least if we have a little bit of a stockpile to pay those things, we can just dump some cash on that. And if you look in the remaining column, all of these totals are actually accurate. It does tell you exactly how much money we have in each account. In the lifestyle category, we have $35.96 for iTunes, $14.95 for Audible, $3.99 for Amazon Music, and $3.63 we paid for Ernie. And again, if you're not using Ernie, you should be. If you purchase stuff online, this is the way to go. It is no effort and it gets you like solid money back. There's always a link down in my description box. Sign up for it. They're super trustworthy. I have been using them since the end of last year and I have had no issues. They're totally legit, very honest. In the lifestyle category, we have 608 for before and after care. And you will notice that the spent column says 0, and that's because I apparently forgot to pay it. Because we skipped that month, I got off on my payment schedules. I usually pay in the first 5 days of the month, and for some reason, I paid like January's on the 5th, and so I paid February's late, and I was like, no, I just paid that, so I'm off, but I'm back on track. I finally figured it out. We have $99 for swimming lessons. We have $350 for Spanish classes, $10 for miscellaneous school expenses. That was a field trip Melina went on. $119.88 for an online study program that she uses. And this one's the kicker, $223 for soccer registration, and $178.23 for soccer supplies, you know, like shin guards and socks and cleats and a ball and the blah and the blah. It just goes on and on and on. At least with swimming, she already has all the stuff. It's just a bathing suit and goggles. And in Mauricio's education category, we had $39.22 for supplies that he needs for one of his courses to do a project. And I think this is going to be a regular monthly thing, which is fine. I'm totally supportive of him and his education. In the cash category, we have $194.93 for blow money, which, by the way, was all electronic. So as you can see, we actually didn't do too horribly badly with blow money this month. I'm not sure if we'll stay with cash or we'll stay with the debit card. We're still sussing that out right now. $25 for a haircut for Mauricio, $90.85 for the dry cleaner, and nothing in Sally Beauty this month. In the YouTube category, we have $4.50 for TubeBuddy, $6 for Backblaze. They went up in price. $9 for Morning Fame. We had nothing for the photographer because we're going to actually be meeting her in April. I wanted it to coincide with like the blooming of the cherry blossoms, and it's the end of March and there are no cherry blossoms. So yeah, it's going to be April. And then this was my personal favorite for the YouTube expenses. I had $47.40 for a parking disaster. So Daryl Eves, who has a channel and he's like the YouTube guru of all YouTube gurus, he was coming to Washington, D.C. and he was doing a talk with other YouTubers. And so there were about, I would say probably 40 of us there listening to him talk, asking questions, really like learning stuff. I drove down to DC. We debated about having somebody drop me off and I decided to drive because I wanted to listen to my book and I didn't mind. And I knew it would cost, $12 to park or whatever. So I went into the building where the meeting was and there was a parking garage in the building. So I just parked right in there. The meeting started around 7 o'clock. And so at the end of the night, I come out, it's over about 9:30. I come out and I go to get in my car and the gates are down. I'm like, huh. And then I walk to the side entrance and the door's locked. And I'm like, double huh. So come to find out, I walked around to the front and there's this little teeny tiny sign that was about this big. Not even joking, it was about that big. And it said that the garage closed at 7 and anybody in there at 7 would have to stay overnight. And you would be charged the overnight fee. It's a scam. I know it's a scam. So $47.40 later, I got my car out of Hawk the next morning. I should say Mauricio got it out of Hawk because he took the metro in to DC, got the car, paid the bill, took it back home. I hate it when stuff like that happens. Sorry about that. Camera died, then it died again. It's about an hour and a half later. I have fully charged the battery, so I'm gonna plow through the rest of this video because I'm not sure how long this is gonna last. And oh, by the way, in April, you'll be seeing a new backup battery for this camera because ain't no way I'm doing this again. So in the online shopping category, we have styptic powder for dog clippers because We were clipping the dog's nails at home and we needed styptic powder because he's got those thick white nails with really long quicks, and sometimes the quick gets nipped a little bit, and we want to have styptic, that's a word that is very hard to say, styptic powder on hand in case we need him to not bleed. And then in the cushion category, we had a big expense that I didn't mention in the previous video because it happened afterward. We have a Breville coffee maker and it went kablooey. I don't know what happened. The whole screen blew out. It wouldn't work. So I called them. The coffee maker was out of warranty. So we had to do service through them, or they would give us a discount on a new coffee maker. And Breville coffee makers are not cheap. So we did the math. We really liked this coffee maker. So we decided to go ahead and pay the $109 repair fee. It was actually $109.39 for shipping it back, getting it fully repaired, and having it shipped back to us. If they couldn't fix it, they would fully replace it. So basically, they couldn't fix it and they just replaced the whole coffee maker. So it was pretty awesome because when you mail it in, you have to take all the accessories off. So like the pot and the coffee grind holder, I don't know, that thing, the basket, and a couple little accessories in there. This coffee maker came with all of that. So now we have like a backup pot and a backup for everything. So that was pretty awesome. And it's a brand new coffee maker and it's great. I'm a huge fan of Breville coffee products. Actually, I'm a huge fan of Breville in general. And in our giving category, which is like charitable giving, giving gifts, we have lots of birthdays in the month of March. And we also have charitable giving in there. And that was $2,659.23, or a total of 14% of our income. So the debt category this month was super awesome. We put $8,969.75 to debt this month. It was supposed to be about $3,000 more, but all of that stuff that happened earlier in the month, we ended up using that extra money to put towards the overages. So the bonus is we didn't have to pull money from anywhere, but the downside is we didn't get to start on our savings. The win for this month, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know we paid off our credit card. Yes, we paid $7,170.19 and it is gone. Never to be heard from again. We were super excited to pay that off. I think honestly that debt was the one that Mauricio has been waiting to pay off more than any other. He was so excited to have that done. We put $465 to our car loan, $1,150 to our USAA loan, and then $184.56 to Mauricio's school loan. So if you follow me on Instagram, you're going to find things out there probably a little bit before you find them out on YouTube, because Instagram's like real time for me, whereas YouTube, I film a couple of weeks out. While you're watching this video, I actually recorded it before. It's actually a couple days before the end of the month, because honestly, it takes several days to edit, whereas Instagram, it's like snap a picture or go over to PicMonkey and pick an image and put a quote on it or whatever. It takes very little time. So Instagram is where I'm more like real-time stuff. So I talked about this on Instagram, but the big, horrible, awful news. Look at me. This is defensive posture for Wendy. We sent our tax stuff off to our CPA and he emailed me right as I was putting the notes for this video together, and we owe more than $2,500. I am not excited about that. We take no deductions. I don't know how it happened. We certainly have the money to pay it, and we're obviously going to pay it because it's the IRS, and you don't mess with the IRS because, you know, they can arrest you. And when you work for the government, it's even worse because they're the first ones they check. You know, because if we don't pay, we get in a lot of trouble with our job. So not paying it has never been an issue, but it's going to have to come from somewhere. So We're debating where we're going to pull the money from. Most likely, we're going to pull out of the April that was going to go to savings for all the stuff that's coming. We'll just pull the $2,500 out of there. I'm not really sure where we're going to get that money. So make sure you check out this video up here, which is the video that I discussed all of the overages in detail rather than just glossing over them like I did in this video. And I'll see you in the next one. See ya. We're out.